It's March. Did you know that? Because I just looked at the calendar and I am shocked. Shocked. I don't know how this happened, but it is my birthday month, so I'm pretty excited. And I will say that it is going to be a busy month because there are a lot of books coming out in March that just happen to be on my TBR. So pray for me. That's all I can say. Get me a new eyeglass prescription because I'm gonna need it after this. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's just dive right in because there are, I can't count, but there are 7, 8 books that I am going to do my darndest to read in March. I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm gonna try my best. Let's go ahead and dive on in. By the way, I'm sorry that I said I was diving in and then I'm making this small aside, so I'm sorry about that. But by the way, I am doing these in release date order. So we're gonna do like early month to later in the month, and I hope that makes the most sense, right? Okay, let's do it. First up is The Beautiful Strangers by Camille DeMaio. I have read Camille's books before and I've actually worked with her on a professional level, which is very cool. She has a gift for writing these dual timeline, dual perspective historical fictions with always just a little touch of romance, and in a way that I can handle, so that says something. These aren't romance, but they do have a nice little love aspect to them. Not in an annoying way, not in a smutty way, just in a cute historical fiction way, the best kind. This one is set in 1958. A young woman named Kate moves to California after this sort of obscure plea from her grandfather to find the beautiful stranger. So she goes to California, she gets a position at a local hotel, she discovers that the film Some Like It Hot is currently in production. She's a movie lover, it's a dream come true. She meets some guy, there's a little romance there, but she discovers while working at the hotel that 60 years earlier a guest had died there. And so she sort of sets out to uncover this mystery, and I am very excited about it. This comes out on March 5th, Camille DeMaio, The Beautiful Strangers. California, 1950s. What more do you want, people? Next up is The River by Peter Heller, a best-selling author who I have never honestly heard of or read before, so go me for having it together. Look at this cover. Are you seeing this? It looks cool, man. It looks cooler than I thought it would when I saw it online. This is another March 5th release, and it reminds me from the description, oh gosh, I can't remember the movie title. If I can find it, I'll pop it up here for you. It has like Meryl Streep and they're on a river and they're canoeing with their family and then those guys come. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'll pop it up here if I can think about it. Anyways, the synopsis reminds me of that movie, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I do really like that movie and that plot, and I say, why not put it into a book by a best-selling author? Why not? Basically, these two guys go on a like survival nature exploration adventure together. Two outdoorsy guys, they get together and they want to basically go on a river trip. These are outdoorsy guys, okay? They know what's what, they know what they're doing, okay? The Boy Scouts would be impressed. Of course, they're not the only people traveling the river, and one night they hear, like it's kind of foggy, but they can hear people. They hear a man and a woman arguing. It just so happens there's a wildfire coming through the surrounding area, and they decide, you know what, we should warn these people before we take off again, make sure they know what's coming. So they look for these people, can't seem to find them, but then later they see a guy on the river without a wife. Was it the guy who was yelling at his wife? And if it's so, what happened? You know? Mysterious. It sounds pretty dang fun. It sounds like a combination of like a mystery and an outdoorsy nature survival book, which is basically the best meshing ever, I hope. I'm actually pretty excited about this. It sounds really fun. I don't know. I'm just in the mood for this. It might go quick. Next up is In Miniature. I am so excited for this. This is like an obscure, weird subtopic nonfiction that I am so excited about. It reminds me of Underground, which I read in February, where it's just basically a cool topic that you don't really see getting much action. In this case, it is literally, as the title entails, in miniature, how small things illuminate the world. I'm freaking excited. This could be about anything and everything. As long as it's tiny, as long as it's miniature, it could be in here, and I'm pretty excited about it. This comes out March 12th from Atria, and again, really feeling it, man. I don't know if this is going to last very long on the shelf, but I'm very excited. They did change the cover a little bit. I saw it on my press release sheet. Can you see this? I'll show you, but it's a very cool cover. I like it both ways. It is a matchbox. Do you see it? Here. I mean, hello, how cool is that, you know? This is a book that actually comes out on my birthday. Magical? I don't know, maybe. It's March 19th, and it is All the Things We Cannot Say. This is another historical fiction. It is set in World War II, and it's another case of where we're doing the dual timelines between present day and back in the day. This one is about Nazi-occupied Poland. It's about a girl there who, you know, before the war, she was engaged to her best friend, her childhood best friend, and she just looked forward to him coming home and them getting married and being together, starting their life out. And this just happens to coincide with the start of the Nazi occupation. Her betrothed goes missing and she's just filled with despair. Of course, we know this from history. This is a terribly frightening time. When done well, historical fiction for this time period can be truly captivating and thought-provoking and well done, and that is everything I hope for this one. Again, it comes out March 19th. It is by Kelly Rimmer, and I hope that it will give us everything we're looking for. Cross your fingers for me. Next up is called The Island of Sea Women by Lisa C. Did she plan that? Questionable. In all truth though, I am actually on the fence about this one. I didn't request it, it just got sent, which as you know happens sometimes. It's very nice and lovely, but not all book topics are for everyone. I'm on the fence, but the fence is still there, so that says something, right? Now this is a very accomplished author. She wrote, what is it, The Tea Girl at Hummingbird Lane, something like that, which was highly successful, highly praised. I didn't read it, but that doesn't mean other people didn't supremely enjoy it. The reason this intrigues me at all is because of a nonfiction I read called Deep by James Nestor, which is, by the way, totally fantastic. Please read it. Which talks about the undersea world. It talks about how we're related to it, how it's related to us. It talks about cool animals, everything. Everything underneath the water, basically. In that book, he does reference a small island of women, and I think it's in Japan. Don't quote me. Basically like natural born deep divers, and they will go, and that's how they used to fish and provide food for their families, and how it's like a dying art basically. So I kind of fell in love with that whole idea from that nonfiction book, and that's what kind of appeals to me about this one, because it is about several decades of an all-female diving team, and I don't know, it just seemed like maybe it would be good, but I'm also still not sure about it. Why can't I make decisions in life? But regardless, it is coming out again on my birthday, the 19th. My birthday's lucky for everyone, you know? Hope you have a good day that day. Next up is The Library of Lost and Found. It comes out March 26th, and this sounds friggin' adorable. It is about a librarian who, as the back cover says, connects more with books than people, and I think that is something that at least I can very much relate to. But it's not for lack of trying. She just has a hard time connecting with people, you know? Her best friend was her grandmother, who died under mysterious circumstances years earlier. Now, things are sort of rolling along as they normally would in this librarian's life, when suddenly a package arrives at her doorstep. Inside is a book of fairy tales with a note from her best friend and her grandmother, who are one and the same, and it hints that maybe her grandmother isn't dead after all. What? I know. So then she goes into this like discovery journey quest, if you will, in order to figure out what the heck's going on. And it just sounds like nerdy and fun and cozy, but mysterious at the same time. I don't know. Sounds pretty fun. I'm really hoping that it doesn't let me down. It is from Park Row Books. I think Emmer sent me this. So thank you, Emmer. I'm very much looking forward to it. And hello, books and tea. This was made for me. Lastly, it's this beautifully covered book. I mean, look how creepy that is. It is called My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. And like most well-promoted thrillers, we don't know anything. We don't know anything about the story of this, so I can't really tell you, because I feel like if we knew, we would ruin it. It's one of those, you know? All we know is that this is about a married couple who had, like, you know, they fell in love, they had kids, they moved to the suburbs, and then they got bored. And so this is basically about a couple whose life they decided to make it maybe too interesting. And whatever that means, I don't know. We have to read it to find out. It comes out March 26th from Berkeley. Intrigue, no? I haven't read a good thriller in so long. I swear I'm having the worst luck with thrillers this year. Please don't let me down. I need you. that is it for the March releases that are on my TBR. I'm sure that you probably have different ones, and if you do, I would love to hear them. What are you reading this month? Help a girl out. You know my TBR can always get longer. Thanks so much for watching and for being here, being nerdy with me. If you liked this video, do me a quick favor before you hop up and just press that thumbs up icon. Leave a comment below, and if you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, question A, what are you doing? Question B, just push the button. Okay? If you like all things bookish, if you like silliness, nerdiness, TBRs, unhauls, me being weird, all of the above, just press the subscribe button and I will see you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.